Of children and young people in the region are losing access to grassroots sport as the cost of living crisis hits our community clubs. Research carried out by the charity Sported claims up to 3/4 have had to scale back their activities in recent months. There are now calls for the government to offer these groups more support or face losing them for good. Nick Smith reports.
From the potential elite athletes of the future to those who just want a passion to keep them active well into adulthood, it all starts in a place like this. The John Medeski Basketball Academy tries to get as many youngsters as possible involved in the sport, but that's now proving harder to do as costs keep going up.
We're aware that everybody's cost of living are going up, sports costs are going up, petrol prices are going up, equipment prices are going up, so everything we need to do what we do is getting really, really expensive. You know, we don't want to put that cost on our members because that's not going to help either, so we're kind of trying to protect them as well, but it's making it really difficult. It shouldn't be a huge cost. It becomes inaccessible to people, and that's not what we want.
Estudiantes FC is one example of how sports clubs are rooted in community engagement, taking on hundreds of young people, many of whom come from disadvantaged backgrounds, offering tutoring pathways into maths and English.
Sports had a big factor in my life. It's really helped a lot of us pass our English and maths. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of people that haven't passed it, but they get us the services we need, they get us the teachers we need to help us pass.
It helps me so much to make friends as I was new here, and as soon as I came in the team, I knew all people, and it helps me a lot with a relationship with people.
But the charity Sported fears that clubs like this could struggle to make it through the year, with up to 3/4 of organisations it assists saying their spending has risen by 50% or more.
It's meaning that groups are having to reduce the number of sessions they run. It really is a crisis point for many, particularly those using community facilities who've told us that they may need to cease their activities altogether. We're really calling on government at a national and a local level to provide the help that groups need to not only survive in the short term, but survive in the long term as well.
And Olympic gold medalist Rebecca Adlington owes her achievements to local swimming clubs, citing sport as the heartbeat of our neighbourhoods.
It's a very hard place for anyone to be in the country right now with everything going off, and sport can just give you that positivity, uplift any sort of negative feeling. It's a brilliant thing for your physical, mental health as well, and it gives a lot of people a lifeline.
The Department for Culture, Media and Sport told ITV News we have made £1 billion available for the survival of sports and leisure sectors during the pandemic, and are now giving councils an additional £3.7 billion for key services like leisure centres. But once that amount is divided across numerous departments of hundreds of local authorities, those in grassroots sport fear little will be left for the 150,000 clubs across the country, many facing a fight to keep their heads above water. Nick Smith, ITV News.